Sandra, I've been hearing this quite a lot that some parents are experiencing parenting burnout.
Well, parenting burnout, especially in these times that we're facing right now, Vince, and I've spoken to a number of parents, even in my own family. I have a beautiful niece who has triplet boys, and when we were in lockdown, I think there were times when it became very stressful for her. And so let me ask you a few questions first to get the ball rolling, just to see, are you facing parenting burnout? So are you feeling tired? Have you lost the pleasure in parenting? Are you emotionally distancing yourself from your children? And are you feeling tired and only want to do what you have to do with your children, not the things that bring you pleasure with them? Now, if you've answered yes to one or more of these questions, you may be facing parenting burnout. So parenting burnout can make you feel detached from your children and unsure of your parenting abilities. For example, whether you're a father, a mother, or a single parent, it can occur when you have been exposed to too much stress. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about the DISC behavioural model, because there's 4 primary DISC styles, and each style, personality style, can feel stress in different situations, because in the DISC model, it is situational. For example, under stress, the D, dominant style parent, will dictate and become very argumentative. And they become irritated with indecision and inefficiency. And so the I style can definitely irritate them with their lack of follow through and disorganization. So if you're living with a high I styled spouse or partner or teenager or adolescent, they will irritate you with their lack of inefficiency and indecision. And the I style parent will become sarcastic under stress and superficial, and is irritated when they have to deal with routines and the complexity of bringing up a family and life in general. Now, you can imagine the feeling for the high I style parent when we're going through this pandemic and in a lockdown situation. They will feel very, very under stress, because every day they wake up in lockdown and it's pretty much the same old thing every day. And they are at home with their children as well. So, what about the S style? Under stress, they will become submissive and indecisive, and they are irritated by others that are insensitive. For example, the D style can show up to the S style as being very insensitive, because they just say it how it is. It doesn't matter about the feeling. They will just, it's like a bull to the gate, okay? And whereas also the S style, if anything happens unexpectedly, this will also irritate them, because they have an innate need to steady the pace constantly. Whereas the C style parent will become withdrawn and headstrong when stressed, and when others often make mistakes or are irrational in their thinking. That will drive them crazy, and it will irritate them and cause them stress. So are you starting to see where the burnout might occur when each of the styles is irritated and is also constantly trying to get their behavioural needs met? It is just something that is unconsciously driving each style. The C style parent is a bit of a perfectionist, and they will constantly be trying to find the facts in everything they do. And their personal irritation is that they are too critical too critical, even with themselves, they are their worst critic. And they can also be seen as a little bit impersonal. And remember, guys, that your children are watching all of this observable behavior play out in front of them. So it's really important to become self-aware when you're going into those stress moments up here and feeling as if you are burning out as a parent. So what can we do if you're feeling burnt out? So as a parent, it's not that easy to quit your job either, is it? Okay. So the first thing is to realize that you are burnt out or on the way to being burnt out. And then ask for support. Ask for support, even if it's another family member, if it's your spouse or partner. Each of the styles might find it a little bit hard to do this. The Ds like to be in control and will not want someone else telling them what to do. Okay, the Is, personal fear is rejection and social disapproval. So they might not ask for help as the rest of their extended family might disapprove of them. They might think, well, burnout, I don't know why she's getting burnt out. You know, her children are lovely. They don't cause a lot of stress most of the time. Well, hello. People used to say to me when my children were, maybe, 10, 12, oh, your children are so lovely. And I'm going, yes, but they're a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde when they get home. So, just ask for support. It's about calling on your courage. You are the best. You know what's happening here and here for you, if you are self-aware. And it's about having the courage to reach out. And for example, the S's and the C's both hide their emotions and they'll need time to process it all. But don't take too long to process it. I'm not talking about, okay, you could sit for a couple of days thinking, well, I think I have got parent burnout. But don't take 2 months. By then it might be too late. So as I said, it's about having the courage, because at the end of the day, if you don't, the family dynamic will suffer. And that includes you as well, okay? Have compassion for yourself and take time out to recharge. Recharge your batteries, especially if you are an introvert. The S's and the C's tend to be introverted by nature. So we need time out to recharge our batteries. And don't feel guilty about doing so either. And I'm not talking about recharging your batteries, with addictive tendencies like, oh my goodness, I smoked a packet of cigarettes today. And oh my goodness, I had the 2 bottles of wine last night. So it's not about that. It's about a healthy time out. Whether you love gardening or whether you love reading a book, whether you ask someone to support you with time out with your children so that you can take yourself away to recharge those batteries. And 1 or 2 wines are okay, aren't they, Vince? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Or a beer. If you're a man, you might be a beer. So S-style parents, you don't have to continually be steadying the pace 110% of the time. Let your kids serve you sometimes. Lay in bed on that Sunday morning and say, well, a Vegemite sandwich might be nice with a cup of tea. I don't know have you heard of Vegemite, Vince?
No. What is it?
Okay. Vegemite is actually, some people in different countries really don't like it. It's like a sandwich spread, and it's got this very salty, strong taste. It's a very acquired taste, I might say. Be gentle on yourself and find someone that will listen to you without judging you, so that you can, as I say, empty your cup. Have a cry. tears are better out than in. It's all emotion, and all emotions are equal. So shed some tears with the person that is listening to you without judging you. And remember, guys, this is my last tip. You know, for things to change, you must change. So when you are facing parenting burnout, stop, become self-aware, and apply some of the tips that I've talked about today.
Oh, awesome. Those are excellent tips there, Sandra. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe so that we know that you want more of this this type of content. And be sure also to comment below what have you learned and your takeaways from the tips that Sandra has mentioned. And if you want to have more tips, be sure to get the ebook that Sandra has that's created. It's called Me, You, and Them, and it's available in the People Smart World shop. That we're going to leave the link to that below this video here.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on our next video.